Good afternoon. We have a very cold night on the way where we could break a couple of records in southeastern KELOLAND. 24 below zero in Sioux Falls, 17 below in Aberdeen, 15 below in Pierre, and 3 below in Rapid City. We'll have partly cloudy skies tomorrow and still be cold in eastern KELOLAND. 3 below the high in Sioux Falls, 7 Aberdeen, a south wind in 17 in Pierre, and 34 in Rapid City. We have even warmer temperatures on the way for the work week. We'll take a look at those coming up. KELOLAND's First at 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, First at 4.
A deadly house fire in northwest Iowa. We'll have the latest coming up.
Hunters help rescue an injured bald eagle. We'll hear from the two men just ahead.
Plus, the toughest monster truck tour makes a stop in Sioux Falls. We'll have a preview ahead of tonight's event. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. We're learning more about a deadly house fire in Orange City this morning.
The fire started at around 7 a.m. near Albany Avenue and 7th Street. Firefighters were still on the scene as smoke was still coming from the house at around 1 o'clock this afternoon. The Orange City Fire Chief tells us that an older couple lived in the home and died in the fire. Neighbors that we talked with say they are devastated by the news. We're still waiting to find out what caused the fire. We'll have a closer look coming up on KELOLAND News at 6.
Authorities in Rapid City are investigating after a man was found dead outside this morning. Police say a passerby reported seeing an unresponsive man near the railroad tracks on New York Street. The man was confirmed dead when crews arrived. Police say there were no immediate signs of trauma or foul play. However, an autopsy will be scheduled to determine the cause of death.
We're following some breaking news at the Empire Mall in Sioux Falls. There is a major water main break in a parking lot near JCPenney's, and the lot has filled up with several inches of water, if not feet. At this point, the mall manager tells us no water has gotten into the store, but they are still trying to determine where exactly it's coming from so that they can fix the problem. We're working on bringing you a live report coming up later in our newscast. What a mess that's going to be.
And all this is happening as it's really cold outside.
It is bitterly cold out there. Megan?
It is bitter cold, and it's going to get even colder as we head overnight tonight, where we could even break a few records in southeastern KELOLAND, like in Sioux Falls. Right now, those clouds are finally breaking up in Sioux Falls at 5 degrees, and north winds at about 14 miles an hour, which the winds are lighter than they were yesterday. In Rapid City, sunshine and 14 degrees, a north wind at 5. Here is a look at those temperatures. 5 in Yankton, 2 in Brookings, 4 in Sisseton, 4 also in Mobridge, 8 in Phillip, and 14 in Custer. We do have some lighter winds compared to yesterday, but we are still dealing with some wind chills. Minus 13 in Yankton, minus 16 in Brookings, minus 15 in Sisseton, and minus 14 in Mobridge. We have a wind chill advisory in place for this evening through tomorrow morning for a majority of KELOLAND, everyone in blue, for those wind chills as low as minus 30. And like I mentioned, we could see some records in southeastern KELOLAND. Right now, Sioux Falls is forecasted to tie that record, all with light winds, mostly clear skies. 24 below zero, the low in Sioux Falls, 17 below in Aberdeen, 15 below in Pierre, and 3 below in Rapid City. Eastern KELOLAND doesn't warm up much as we head into the day tomorrow, but we do have that strong south wind picking up in central and western South Dakota. That is going to bring in some warmer air. 3 below the high in Sioux Falls, 7 Aberdeen, 17 in Pierre, and 34 in Rapid City. Then that strong south wind moves into eastern KELOLAND as we head through the day on Sunday, but those temperatures shoot up to 23 in Sioux Falls, 25 in Aberdeen, 32 in Pierre, and 46 in Rapid City. We'll keep our temperatures at or above normal as we head through the 7-day forecast and even through the end of the month. We'll take a look at your mostly dry 7-day forecast in just a little bit.
Thanks, Megan. South Dakota Attorney General Marty Jackley has joined 24 other attorneys general in challenging a proposed rule for the Clean Air Act. The Environmental Protection Agency says states must submit plans for standards of performance for existing emission sources. Jackley says the, quote, rule exceeds the EPA's statutory authority, end quote, and says it takes decision-making away from the state. Minnesota's Attorney General is joining other states and the Department of Justice in filing an antitrust lawsuit challenging the NCAA's transfer eligibility rule. The lawsuit calls the rule an illegal restraint on college athletes' ability to sell their own image and likeness and control their own education.
Well, when you see bald eagles, it's usually from a distance, and that's why a close-up encounter led two Northwest Iowa hunters to see if one bird needed a little extra help. Tyler Euchner with our sister station in Sioux City tells us about a rescue.
December 27th, I was out deer hunting, and I kind of just drive and check out valleys and looking for deer, and I ran across the bald eagle. It was about 20 yards in. I took a picture of it. I actually sent it to my friend saying I can get close to a bald eagle, but I can't get close to a deer, and kind of made a joke of it.
Woltman is an avid hunter and has seen many eagles in the area in the past few months and thought nothing of this close encounter. Until 3 weeks later, when he returned to the area with one of his friends.
It was just sitting there, and he had told me that was the same one he took a picture of, so we both kind of thought it was odd. And so we turned around and we went back there, and we actually got out to walk towards it a little bit, and that's when we noticed that it had a broken wing.
Not able to sleep at night knowing the bald eagle is in need of help, Lynn searched for people that could save it.
We made the calls that we thought we were supposed to do as far as the DNR Bird Haven. It's a federal bird, so I was having a hard time finding somebody that could help me. I knew we couldn't do nothing ourselves. We were able to get a hold of a place called Raptor. They introduced us to Amanda.
I received that call about 7:45. So it was about a 2-hour drive to go up there, and the roads weren't the greatest. So, but, of course I said, if he's still up there, I will come and get him.
Amanda Haase has been rescuing birds for roughly 5 years and has rescued roughly 20 eagles in that time.
Upon arriving on the scene, he was still in the same spot, and the men were, I kind of came up with a plan. I had them assist in holding lights to kind of manipulate the eagle to not really know what was going on, and then obviously was able to capture him pretty quickly.
Watching this lady just grab a hold of its legs was awesome. She's the hero.
The bald eagle's left wing was confirmed to be broken and is currently being held in Sioux City by Haase. Both Lynn and Woltman says to meet a bald eagle up close was amazing.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing for me.
It's exciting. I mean, again, you're never going to get that chance, so you got to take it.
The bald eagle will be transported to another raptor rehab in Carroll, Iowa. And if you find an eagle that appears to be hurt, you should call your local wildlife officials.